Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another fleet guide video. You'll be able to find this and all my other guides on my SWGOH for Life website. If you haven't seen it yet, go and check it out, there'll be a link in the description below. Now this one I'm going up against like the default leftover defense fleet, which is Raddus. Many times people just put it down on defense because, you know, it's not that great on offense, it's not that great on defense. Personally, I like to keep it on offense because it's a brilliant cleanup fleet versus many fleets just because of the hold maneuver and things like that. But it is kind of a staple defense in many situations in GSC now that we have to place 3 fleets on defense. It's probably the worst of them all on defense, to be honest. Everybody pretty much very easily defeat Raddus. Even mirror matches are easy and straightforward. As I'll show you in this video, so I got 8 battles in total, so 8 different fleets, all easily defeating Raddus. I'll just start off with Home 1 and Millennium Falcon. This is going to be a very easy win because Raddus really relies solely on getting deflector shields. So when they get a turn, they gain foresight, they use special abilities with foresight, and then this reduces the cooldowns of hold maneuver. But with Falcon on its basic, you keep dispelling those buffs, keep dispelling the deflector shield, so they can't really get anywhere close obviously to hold the maneuver, not to mention big damage coming in from left and right. Just take care of Falcon first because its AoE can actually do a big hit, as you will see in some of the later battles. It can definitely snap a couple of banners, even defeat one or two of your ships in the process. But yeah, you may lose a couple of ships, but there's no way you're gonna lose because they can never get to hold the maneuvers. And then whichever fleet you're using, you get to your ultimate before they do, and then eventually this will allow you to win. There we go, just down to Poe, and this win is in the bag. Moving on, let's go with the Empire fleet. Mostly with the Empire here, we got 2 ways to dispel buffs, 2 AoE dispels really with TIE Bomber's AoE, and then when you reinforce TIE Scepter as well. So this will allow you to keep these guys under control and remove their deflector shield, so they can't really do a whole lot, to be honest. To begin with, they are a faster fleet, a little bit out of the gate than we are, but it doesn't matter. We'll just keep going here. Let's go ahead, bring in TIE Interceptor, just remove all those deflector shield. We got a taunt, unfortunately, here to deal with. I'm just going to do here special attack to grant foresight to one of my random allies. Then I'm going to go ahead here, get burning going. There we go, here comes their AoE. Again, as you can see, Falcon's AoE there, because we removed all those buffs, didn't do a whole lot of damage, but if you let those buffs stack, you know, you could potentially there finish off my TIE advance. So definitely you want to go after Falcon first, try to get buffs off it, daisy it, whatever you're doing, try to slow it down. You don't want it to unleash a big AoE on your team. But on that, you know, it's going to be straightforward from here on out. Finish off Poe, finish off Falcon. Just to bring another reinforcement. Probably don't even need a second reinforcement. Just TIE Interceptor will most likely do if you need to banner pinch. Ultimate already unloaded. Just finish off here Resistance X-Wing, and this win is in the bag. Very easy using either Chimaera or Executrix, to be honest, it doesn't even matter. And then we have Finalizer versus Raddus. This one's a little bit trickier. It takes a while just because these guys are durable. Also Star Fortress to begin with has critical damage immunity, so it takes a while to burn for these guys. But what I like to do is put Hunted over on Falcon, so Falcon is not getting bonus turn meter whenever it has those buffs on it, whatever they're called. We go. Okay, so let's get everybody into stealth, so they have to go after my TIE Echelon. Now this is a little bit a dangerous situation because you see all those buffs over on the Race Falcon, right? So ideally, if you really want to get better wins, better banner wins, maybe bringing in somebody like Ebon Hawk or Cassian, so you can dispel all those buffs as the first reinforcement here instead of the TIE Fighter. But I do recognize that Cassian and Ebon Hawk are variable ships elsewhere as well. That's why I just did it here with the full first order team, but obviously ideally you would bring in Ebon Hawk, because otherwise you can see Falcon there doing some big hits, and that wasn't even a critical hit, so it could definitely finish off there a couple of my ships if that would be a critical hit. So if you really want to use Finalizer versus these guys to make this very consistent, you definitely want to bring in Ebon Hawk as the first reinforcement, in my opinion. As well, it also depends what enemy bring reinforcement. Unfortunately, they brought in Clone Sergeant, so again, I couldn't get to Falcon because of the taunt. Look at the amount of dodging they're getting. It's 25% evasion up, not 100%. By the way, trying to get Falcon down. There we go. And at this point, you know, with Falcon out, they don't have a whole lot of damage. The thing with Finalizer is it's great out of the gate, but obviously it doesn't have that ultimate after a few turns that turns the tide of the battle. It's all about the beginning opening sequence, getting control. So again, if you're using Finalizer versus Raddus, definitely bring in Ebon Hawk or Cassian as your first reinforcement. Otherwise, you know, you could potentially even lose. Alright, moving on, we got Malevolence. Malevolence obviously with Buzz Droids, Vulture Droids, should be an easy win here. Although Raddus, they do have ways to cleanse. But anyway, let's just first get a stun over on Falcon here. So we just delay its AoE a little bit. But of course, they did then cleanse it off. I'm not sure exactly, the AI sometimes starts off with tenacity up, sometimes they start off with a cleanse. So maybe whenever you do land debuffs, they will use the cleanse, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. But anyway, we'll have to go through Star Fortress first. Luckily with those assists from Vulture Droids, you get it down quickly. Then just go ahead. They all have Foresight, so I'm just going to do basic there. I'm going to save Buzz Droids for later. They're bringing Clone Sergeant now. Again, kind of protecting Falcon's AoE with all those buffs. So similar situation. You know, it's not like with Home 1 that you can remove buffs on Falcon's basic or Chimaera. They've got lots of ways as well. So there you go, a big hit. Could have lost all my Vulture Droids there and Spy from that big AoE. So definitely, by using these fleets, if you want to maximize banners, same as with Finalizer, bring in Ebon Hawk as the first reinforcement just to get all those buffs stripped away from Falcon. Moving on, we got Negotiator. Again, should be quite easy win here because you know, Negotiator has got that big mass assist out of the gate that can do a lot of damage here. So let's just go after the Falcon, just trying to get it out as quickly as we can. An AoE there will finish it off. There you go, Negotiator. It's going to be a nice big banner win just because you can quickly get rid of Falcon. So, you know, again, maybe don't even need the reinforcements here, but obviously if you do want to make sure you do win, at least bring in 1 or 2 reinforcements. Obviously ideal reinforcement always is Plow, because it recovers health and protection, gives you turn meter, cleanse of debuffs, but Plow is such a good ship as well in other counters that I try not to use it with Negotiator if I don't have to, because it can really give a nice boost, especially to fleet like Finalizer that doesn't have a lot, doesn't have any ways to cleanse any debuffs. That's why I like to use my Plow there with Finalizer. Negotiator, easy match. Obviously, even easier matches we'll have here is with Executor, as well as later on Profundity. Alright, let's go ahead and go after, as always, after the Falcon. Alright, here we go. Let's do some assist now. See if we can get Star Fortress out quickly. Almost got it down. They will heal up again. Alright, not ideal start. Obviously can't get around the taunt at this point, so we just have to go through Star Fortress first. Let's just go ahead and do that. Perfect. And it's the same situation. Falcon's got all these buffs. Critical hit, 180k hit, almost taking out my Xanadu blood. So let's just go ahead here and clean that up. So maybe versus Raddus, maybe just start off with triple attacker would be a better way, because then you can just ensure that this big mass assist maybe goes on Falcon. Yeah, definitely, you know, in all these battles you've seen, you know, Falcon's really the wild card. It's definitely controlling it, that it doesn't do a big AoE on you. You know, it will help you preserve the banners. And then we've got as well Profundity. Again, same as with the other battles you've seen. I'm trying to use Profundity without Falcon just to show you what battles you can win without using Falcon. So you can then save Falcon for your home 1 fleet. So you've got 2 solid fleets, because Profundity without Falcon will beat anybody except Executor mirror matches. So then it allows you, you know, to use your home 1 somewhere else if you do keep both for offense, that is. Same things as the other matches. Obviously you have to get rid of Star Fortress first in most situations. Hopefully that should do it, and now we can go after the Falcon. Let's go ahead and bring our reinforcement. Again, here both Phantom and Ghosts are low gear pilots, and they were able to survive that AoE without any issues, just because they can't be critically hit with Profundity in the lead here. But you can see it takes a while. Without Falcon, this fleet definitely lacks damage, but eventually you do get them down. I did lose 1 ship there to big post hit, just because again low gear pilots both on Phantom and Ghost, ready to unload the ultimate, and from here on out, you know, should be an easy win here. Apart from losing one ship, you know, pretty straightforward battle. Finally, Raddus mirror matches are actually also very straightforward, just because usually people would put down Star Fortress on defense, which Star Fortress can't contribute to a reduction of holdout maneuver. So that's why you just start off with OG resistance lineup. So this way you ensure the win, because you will get to holdout maneuver before they do. There we go. And let's just go ahead now and clear off all those buffs from their Falcon. And then we can go ahead, do a big hit. Wasn't quite big enough. Again, you may lose a ship or two at this point, but you know, the win will be guaranteed, because you will have obviously advantage when it comes to getting to holdout maneuver. I'm gonna bring in my Star Fortress here, get a taunt up, stuck behind the clone sergeant there. AoE, unfortunately AoE from my Falcon didn't crit. If that would be a crit, that would defeat their Falcon, but however, Falcon was able to get an AoE out, but because I did remove all those buffs from it, it can't really do big damage, as you've seen in some of the other battles. As mentioned before, you may lose a ship or two here. I lost Poe. Let's go ahead, clean up, apply Deflector Shield again, so we can start gaining foresight, reducing the cooldowns of the holdout maneuver. Our Star Fortress tanking very well here. One more turn to holdout maneuver, so I'm just going to bring in Lando here, Lando's Falcon, to get a couple of turns in here. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, I may lose Star Fortress in a moment, we'll see. Let's go ahead, do the spinning trick. They're healing up, we're putting holdout maneuver, and from here on out, you know, you just need to clean up the rest of the board here. Do a big hit over there, and just go ahead, take care of Clone Sergeant so it doesn't taunt. Unload an AoE, and finish off Poe and finish off Resistance X-Wing right there, and this will secure the win for you also in Raddus mirror match. Definitely from mirror matches standpoint, I think Raddus ones are one of the most straightforward mirror matches you will get. Maybe not the highest banner win, but you know, you always win just because you start off with all the starting lineup I'll show you there, and Star Fortress comes as the reinforcement. Hopefully this video was useful and helpful. Let me know in the comments below or my Discord server, but until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.